few moments ago. Here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Cincinnati Bengals. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Under 10, 10. 22, Jet, Bomber. 22, Jet, Bomber. Zip it. Move.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Watch the slant.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressured. How are they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Daniels that time, and it's 3rd down.
That was very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throwing on 3rd and long. Ingram. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first.
Let's go, D.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Come on, set. 8, read. Come this way. Come on. Here we go. Ready.
They'll run on 1st down. Mays. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check 66. Blow it. Ride. Check nickel. No. Check.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers. as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down.
Whip, 61. Matchbox, right.
They're going to look to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. Back to throw now on first down.
Here we go.
That's caught. It's Coleman. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now a give, right side. Mays. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
On second down, Mays. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So backed up to the 6 now. Third and goal.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Check, right,
Back to throw.
check.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
We play to win. Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Rush in.
Looking to throw on second down. Ingram. And some space here. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
Different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski.
Shift. 66. Pull it. Half. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Throwing after the interception. Ingram. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. No gain on the screen there at second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Second and 10. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Throwing on first down. Ingram. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check. Fresno. Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
On 3rd down, Ingram. And he finds Daniels. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 43.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
25. Check.
Operating from the gun. Ingram. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally down at the 9-yard line. A nice gain of 21 yards.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A 9-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Watch the eyes. Let up.
On second down now, Mays. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Left general. Fast. Left seam 6. Here we go. Mike 54. Mike 54. Run it. Kill. Hey, turn. Let's go.
They'll set up to throw. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker. Complete. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy that has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Looking to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. On first down, Mays, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here we go. Set 360 orange. Blue dot quarters. Blue dot quarters. Squeeze. Get it. Ready, go.
On second down, Mays. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go,
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This one complete to Coleman. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 26.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, San Francisco.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And this one is right through. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They'll keep it on the ground. Mays, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fakes and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down now, Mays. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw here. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Second and 15. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes over with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. They'll run on 1st down. Mays, a short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here we go, D. All day, D. Hard. All day. Check 31. Ready, go.
2nd and 9 now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a 1st down. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. From 19 yards away. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. They're going to try and run. And he will find the end zone here. And the lead moves up to 7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Nance. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's go, let's go. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. It's a part of that. It's a part of that. Kill. Wait. Echo.
To throw on 2nd down. Ingram. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 24-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Check 91. 91 is the Mike. Mike 91.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ingram. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Ingram, flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. H3, 218. Chopper, chopper. Switch it. Come on. Kill. That happens.
They'll keep it on the ground. Mays. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
The Niners on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll find his man on the comeback route, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, a 22. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
On 1st down, Mays. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Switch gears. Squeeze. Get in there. Set, go. Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. Mays. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check it out. Recon, 132 fight. Ready, go.
On 3rd down, Mays. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Niners 28, Bengals 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 42, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch QB draw.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They run the counter. Mays. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Set. 90. Wolf. Watch the back. Under 10. Under 10. 61. Matchbox. Right.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And they still need 6 yards here on 3rd down after the penalty.
There you are, Charlie. Mike 54. Mike 54. 3 bucks. Switch. Alert 3. You're out. Check. Gone. Check. Hey, watch this. Ready, go.
They'll look to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off with great anticipation. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On first and 10, Ingram. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
I'm on. Check nickel. 40's mine. You go night. 40's mine.
Looking to throw. Ingram. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
One set.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On first down, Ingram. And he finds a man with a crossing route. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is going to be 49er football.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
All day. No. Off. Protein spill. Check. Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for San Francisco, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.